I'm Ryan Keneally, this is Back in My Betting, and it's time for the 3 steps to victory final. That's right, it is now the final of the Time Greyhound Nutrition 3 steps to victory final, and it's been a fairly fascinating first 2 weeks we've had so far. Again, it's one of my favourite competitions. I think many people as well, their favourite competitions in the ground racing calendar, because it is just so unique. We had the first round that was over 480 metres, the second round then that's over 500 metres, and the final today, which is over the 660 metres at Sheffield. And we have a very, very, very hot final ahead of us. 6 very good dogs here. If you've got dogs that are going to probably lead, toil up maybe after 500 metres, you've got a couple of dogs in there that are going to be further down the back but will cherish every single metre of the 660 metre trip. And then you have the all-round pace dogs that you never know if they're going to stay this far. It's a fascinating contest here, and I think I found something that I believe can win me some money. So just a quick look back then in the semi-finals, and it was a disappointing semi-finals for me. Hopefully you've watched the video from last week there. My anti-post bet, the other boss, didn't make it through actually. Has actually came off slightly lame from that race as well. So hopefully though we get to see the other boss back in full swing, because I still strongly believe there's a good competition in that dog there. But when I seen that draw, the draw was made after the first round, I knew that was tough, being outside Charles Bear. And yeah, Carrot Fergie was always going to be tough for the other boss there. But yeah, it's picked up a slight nil, nothing too serious there. But so hopefully we get to see the boss back on the track and running to his full potential very, very soon. But the first, that race from last week, Charles Bear, what a run, what a monster Charles Bear is. It again, it looks like the change of trainer. It's just freshen the dog up here. We know the dog is probably at, when he's at full power, one of, if not top 3 fastest dogs in the UK, and he looks like he's taken to Sheffield ever so well. Carrot Fergie last week went so far clear. How much already pace of this dog as that dog got, but Charles Bear was able to reel him in. He led up the other boss, that was going to be key, and then he just reeled him in, was miles behind, got him up, and looked like he was going further and further and further clear to the pickup there. Then we had the second semi-final, and Wiki Ned put behind the run last week, but he probably just needed the run where he did get beat by Carrot Fergie. That's no disgrace, by the way, having seen how fast Carrot Fergie is. But Wiki Ned, he led 28.45, and connections, as soon as the race finished, trainer came up to me and said, this dog, so that pickup was going to want further and further than that 500 metres there. He said he had the clock out, the stopwatch out, and he did say that the dog wasn't stopping. And on the eye, it did not look like Wiki Ned was stopping past that 500 metre line there. I'm not sure he's going to be able to stay. He's going to have to, if he blasts out, every chance. If he doesn't blast out, though, I do think he won't be back running any dogs here. But if a dog is going to prove me wrong, it is a dog as good as Wiki Ned. So yeah, he did 28.45 last week. What a run. The dog is a superstar. Anyone in ground racing UK knows how fast Wiki Ned is. He's just one of them dogs that we'd all love to own. Yeah, 500 metres, definitely his trip. 660 metres, time will tell. And then the last semi-final was not a pretty sight for me at all, where Kilmore Dancer at 130 on, got beat by Droopy's Extra Good. Droopy's Extra Good reversed the form from last week. Of course, Droopy's Extra Good did reverse the form, from the first round. And yeah, that was that really. Yeah, Kilmore Dancer, very frustrating dog. Fast as pretty much Kilmore Dancer wants to be. You've seen him at Toadstar going toe-to-toe with Romeo Tomcat, 500 metres there. Got probably his own ideas of the game. Like I said, I think he's a very fast dog, but it's on his terms. So yeah, I think that Kilmore Dancer would probably have to lead this race, but don't take nothing away, by the way, from Droopy's Extra Good there. Really, really good run. When Droopy's Extra Good leads over there, especially over 4 bends, he's not going to be getting caught at all there. So yeah, that was a very frustrating run for me from Kilmore Dancer there, but it has left them, resulting in us having an unbelievable and very, very interesting final. So let's get stuck into it. And as always, if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me as well on TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook as well. Following that, the subscription for the YouTube should be coming on your screen now if you're watching it on the TV. If not, though, and if you haven't already, if you're on your iPhone, your Mac or your computer, please just press subscribe, and let's keep growing. It's Back in My Betting page, and I want everyone else to understand that ground racing is the best sport in the world. So just going through the card then, trap 1, Challenge Bear. We know he's probably the strongest stayer in this race here. If he gets any sort of a clear run, he will go close. He's not going to be he'll be leading this race here though. We've seen Challenge Bear won't be leading this race, but the dog just looks like if you were going to just put him in a straight race for 660 metres, you'd probably say Challenge Bear would win fairly comfortable based on just getting a clear run. But it is Sheffield. Trap 1 at Sheffield, I think it's not a bad draw, but if he's not to come away great, it can be quite hard because that first bend does come, the traps, do come right on that first bend there. So you have to do it right, but we do know that Challenge Bear is probably the best stayer in here. Carrot Fergie, based on what we've seen last week, the likely leader, probably going to have to lead some way though. And if he does lead some way, he's still then going to have to be, 6-7 lengths clear of Challenge Bear, based on what we've seen last week. So yeah, Carrot Fergie is the key in the race though for me. I'm where my angle is going to come from, but yeah, I think Carrot Fergie every chance to lead, but yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think he'll be staying 660. I'd imagine we're going to be seeing him over Monmore coming up very soon over the 480 there for their Gold Cup. Trap 3, Kilmore Dancer. I've just mentioned this. Fastly wants to be if Kilmore Dancer led, it was to lead. It'd be very, very interesting because the dog, like I said, he's fast as most dogs in the UK here. Got his own ideas though. I don't know how he's going to get a run here with Carrot Fergie on his inside. Drewby's extra good. I didn't fancy him last week, he would. So yeah, Drewby's extra good again. If he was to come away, he's shown that he can lead Kilmore Dancer up. He will lead Challenge Bear up. Can he lead Carrot Fergie up though? No. So in my opinion, no. So if Drewby's extra good, doesn't lead Carrot Fergie up, Drewby's extra good will struggle to win. Arthur Job, really underrated dog, Arthur Job actually, and a lot of them Arthur dogs actually are really underrated. They're very consistent. They get to Cat 1 finals all throughout the year. So they're only quite a small team that the kennel have. But yeah, wouldn't be completely out of the equation here. Probably not a bad place bet. First 3, if there's any first 3 markets going around there. Not a bad place bet there after job. What will be a good price, very consistent. Looks like we'll stay okay as well. So yeah, I wouldn't put people off after job here. Go on a big price. I don't think after job can win, but a big price, top 3 maybe. You never know. Then Wiki Ned. So yeah, clear room. I think Challenge Bear wins this race. Wiki Ned, if Wiki Ned was taking an absolute flyer, then he could ask serious questions. But Carrot Fergie is on the inside, and we've seen in the first round, off a levelish break, Carrot Fergie leads the race. That then, for me, stops Wiki Ned winning this race. Now, if Wiki Ned was to take a flying, Carrot Fergie was to miss it, Wiki Ned will probably go some way clear here. Then he's going to be asking questions. Then we're going to be asking them questions. Does Wiki Ned stay 660 metres? The connections think he does. I'm not so sure. I'm yet to see. Like I said, I'm going to have to do everything right. Hope for a bit of looking beyond. I don't think he can lead Carrot Fergie up. So in that case, I think Wiki Ned is going to struggle to win this race. So I don't think over this trip he'll be back running, going past other dogs. So that brings me down then to my bet. So having gone through the cards, having gone through the replays, I have come down on Challenge Bear Trap 1 just because I think he's the strongest dog in the race. Will cherish every metre of the 660 metre trip. As if he gets any sort of a clear run, that will be that. He'll pick up anything. He does have to get a bit of luck in running because again, Trap 1, he might not even turn last year. If he doesn't turn last year, it is I straight away if he just gets a clear run. You probably don't want Wiki Ned getting an absolute flyer, but Carrot Fergie is more than capable. I think Carrot Fergie leads Wiki Ned up anyway. So yes, I'm going to be having £250 on Challenge Bear. I'm hoping he's around about 5 to 4.11 away. I'm hoping we get about 6 to 4. If we get 6 to 4 on Challenge Bear, I think that is a good price. And £250 at 6 to 4 will be a lovely, will be a thing of beauty. I've been having just small little bets here on Challenge Bear here, and I've now totaled up £250 on Challenge Bear. Around pays £370 profit, pretty much 6 to 4. That will take that all day long. Now I wanted 6 to 4 because he was about 5 to 4, 11 away earlier. I've had 6 to 4. I've got the value now. Of course, I've come a little bit for Wiki Ned as well, but like I said, I can't see Wiki Ned leading this race. I've done my bet now, part of the deal now. Challenge Bear, over to you. The dogs are in the traps. The starters wave the flag. There is a man. What's he doing? I'm screen on here. Chance have opened. Oh my days. Wiki Ned has taken an absolute flyer and Charles Bear's completely walked out. This is going to be a monster run here. Come on, get around the outside now. We're about 4th, 5th. Come on now. You've done it in the first 2 rounds, Charles Bear. Can you get through now? Come on now. Make a move. You're about 9 levels beyond. Now we're 3rd. Now the turbo's kicking in. Alpha Job, please don't get in the way. Alpha Job, please get out of the way. We're about 5 levels behind here. We're closing the gap slowly. Come on, Charles Bear. Come on, Charles Bear. Wiki Ned is coming back to us gradually, but we are not going to be winning. Oh, my days. Oh, dearie me. Wiki Ned has took a flyer. Charles Bear has completely walked out. Just had a little look at the replay there as well, and there's a man stood about 5 meters from the trap stairs. Very weird. Don't think I've ever seen that before. I don't know if it's a Sheffield thing or not, but very strange that. I'm not making no excuses, of course. But yeah, Wiki Neds took an absolute fly there, and there was just a man stood about 5 meters, 5 yards through the traps. Very, very odd that. But no excuses there. Carrot Fergie, read the race wrong. Carrot Fergie, I thought was going to lead, hasn't led, and Wiki Ned has took an absolute fly there. When they release that time there, that is going to be a quick time. But I was probably about 10 levels behind, going past out of 2 bends there, and that was that. So I've officially added Sheffield down to the list of tracks where apparently I just physically cannot win at. I thought Challenge Bear any sort of a decentish break, a clear run, and he really anything. Now he's ran a monster race to finish 3rd. I think he finished a monster race because he has completely fluffed the start there. That's probably his Achilles heel, and why he hasn't gone on to probably win these big Cat 1 competitions, because he just doesn't seem to be the most consistent trapper. That Bert today, not a good day's punting for me at all. 1 bet, a big bet. Thought it was going to be like the Mongeys Wild Race that I nailed in the TV trophy. I just have 1 bet for the meeting, and it was pretty much over after 0.05 seconds. I'm Ryan Keneally. This has been Back in My Betting. Well done, Wiki Nerd and Connections. I guess you do stay.